Have you ever clicked buy now, pay later, and felt that tiny rush like you just found a secret cheat code for life? For small payments, zero interest, no big deal. It feels safe, almost too safe. But what if I told you this simple button is quietly changing how millions of people spend money, and not always in a good way? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on something most people never see coming. In this video, we're diving into the real story behind buy now, pay later, the part hidden under the shiny promises and friendly checkout screens. By the end, you'll understand how these companies make money, why so many people fall into trouble without noticing, and what you can do to protect yourself. This isn't about fear. It's about seeing the full picture so you can make smart choices before clicking that tempting little button. Welcome to Wealth Pal, a place where future exceptionally successful and wealthy individuals gain an unfair advantage. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so as to never miss out on a future life-changing video. Without further ado, let's get started. The illusion of convenience. Buy now, pay later feels like a tiny gift wrapped in a bright bow. You see something you want, new shoes, a phone case, a game, and instead of paying the full price, you get this soft, friendly offer. Just 4 small payments. It feels light, almost like buying a snack instead of a real product. Your brain relaxes. The price doesn't look scary anymore. It feels like you're saving money, even though you're not. Buy now, pay later companies know exactly how your mind works. They make the button big, colorful, and easy to click. They use words like simple, no stress, and zero interest to make you feel safe. And because the first payment is small, your brain thinks, why not? I can handle that. It doesn't feel like debt. It feels like a shortcut. And that's the trick. When something feels easy, we don't stop to think. We don't ask, do I really need this? Or will I still want this in a month? We just click. And that tiny click is the first step into a system designed to make you spend more than you planned. The hidden business model. Buy now, pay later looks simple on the outside, but behind the screen is a machine built to make money in ways most people never notice. When you click that button, it feels like the company is doing you a favor. No interest, no fees, but that's only the part they want you to see. The real story is much bigger. First, buy now, pay later companies charge stores a special fee every time someone uses their service. Stores pay because they know people buy more when payments look small. But here's the twist. Stores raise their prices to cover those fees. So even people who pay full price end up paying more. It's like everyone is helping fund the easy payment system, even if they never use it. Then there are the late fees. Buy now, pay later companies say they don't make money from interest, and that's true. But they make a lot from people who miss payments. Even one small slip can lead to extra charges. And because payments are split up, it's easy to forget one. These companies count on that. But the biggest secret is data. Every time you use buy now, pay later, the company learns what you buy, when you buy, and how often you shop. They use this information to predict your habits. They sell it to brands. They use it to push more offers your way. The more you spend, the more they earn. So while buy now, pay later looks friendly, it's really a system designed to keep you clicking, buying, and coming back. It's not evil, but it is smart. Very smart. And unless you know how it works, it's easy to fall right into the plan without even knowing it. The debt spiral effect. At first, buy now, pay later feels harmless. One small payment here, another tiny one there. It doesn't feel like real debt because the numbers look so small. But this is where things start to get dangerous. Most people don't use just one buy now, pay later app. They use 2, 3, sometimes even 4 without thinking about it. Each app has its own payment dates, its own reminders, and its own rules. Before long, the payments start stacking up like little bricks you didn't notice building a wall. Imagine this. You buy a pair of shoes for 4 payments. Then a week later, you grab a new hoodie. Then a month later, a birthday gift. None of these feel big on their own. But suddenly, you're juggling 8 or 10 payments across different apps. And because buy now, pay later doesn't show up on your credit card bill, it's easy to forget what you owe. Then one day, a payment hits when you don't have enough money in your account. Maybe you were short that week. Maybe you just forgot. That one missed payment triggers a late fee, then another, and another. Soon, the easy payments turn into a chain of charges you never planned for. The stress builds. You start checking your phone more. You worry about your bank balance. You feel embarrassed, even though this system was designed to make you slip. And if you fall behind too far, some buy now, pay later companies can freeze your account or even report you, which can hurt your credit score. This is the debt spiral, quiet, slow, and sneaky. It doesn't hit all at once. It creeps in one small payment at a time until you realize you're stuck in a cycle that's hard to break. The psychological manipulation. Buy now, pay later doesn't just work on your wallet, it works on your mind. These companies use simple tricks that make your brain feel calm, happy, and ready to spend. One of the biggest tricks is something called present bias. That means your brain cares more about right now than later. If you can get something today and worry about the cost tomorrow, your brain cheers and says, go for it. Buy now, pay later companies know this, and they use it to make buying feel easy. Another trick is splitting the price. When you see a big number, you might stop and think. But when the number is cut into 4 tiny pieces, it feels harmless. A $200 item suddenly looks like just $50 today. Your brain doesn't see the whole price anymore. It only sees the small piece. Then there's the instant approval. No long forms. No waiting. You click, and boom, you're approved. That fast yes gives your brain a little burst of excitement. It feels like winning something, even though you're actually taking on debt. All these tricks work together to make you spend more than you planned. Not because you're careless, but because the system is built to guide you gently, quietly, and smoothly into buying more. The data you didn't know you gave away. Every time you use buy now, pay later, you're not just making a payment. You're giving away tiny pieces of your life. These companies watch what you buy, when you buy it, and even how fast you click. They learn your habits the same way a friend might, but for a very different reason. They're not trying to understand you. They're trying to predict you. This data becomes a map of your spending behavior. Maybe you shop late at night. Maybe you buy more when you're stressed. Maybe you love certain brands. Buy now, pay later companies collect all of this and use it to push more offers your way. They also share this information with stores and advertisers who want to target you at the perfect moment. Most people never realize how much they're giving away. But in the world of buy now, pay later, your data is just as valuable as your money. The regulatory blind spot. Buy now, pay later grew so fast that many rules never caught up. Credit cards have strict laws. Banks have strict laws. But buy now, pay later slipped through a gap because it didn't look like a loan at first. It looked simple, just small payments. Because of that, many countries didn't treat it like real credit. That means fewer protections for you. Some buy now, pay later companies don't have to check if you can afford the payments. They don't have to explain all the risks the way banks do. They don't always report your payments, so you can stack more debt without anyone noticing. And when things go wrong, the rules about late fees, refunds, or disputes can be confusing. Governments are trying to catch up now, but the system is still loose. And when rules are loose, companies can push limits. That leaves regular people carrying the weight. How to use buy now, pay later safely. Buy now, pay later isn't always bad. It can actually help you when used the right way. The key is to stay in control instead of letting the system control you. Think of buy now, pay later like fire. It can warm your home or it can burn it down. The difference is how carefully you use it. The first rule is simple. Only use buy now, pay later for things you truly need, not things you want in the moment. If you wouldn't buy it with full cash today, don't buy it with payments. Buy now, pay later should never be used for fun shopping or late-night impulse buys. That's how trouble starts. Second, track every payment. Write them down in a notebook, a notes app, or calendar. Make a list of what you owe, how much each payment is, and when it's due. When you can see everything in one place, it becomes much easier to stay on top of it. Buy now, pay later becomes dangerous only when you lose track. Third, never stack too many plans at once. Even if each payment is small, they add up fast. Try to keep only 1 or 2 active at a time. If you already have several payments running, wait until they're done before starting another. Fourth, make sure the money is already in your account before you click buy. Don't hope you'll have it later. Don't guess. If the money isn't there right now, skip the purchase. Buy now, pay later is not a safety net. It's a loan. And loans always need to be paid back. Fifth, turn on reminders. Use your phone alarms or calendar alerts. Don't rely on the Buy Now, Pay Later app to remind you. If you miss even one payment, the late fees can hit hard. A simple reminder can save you from a lot of stress. Sixth, avoid using Buy Now, Pay Later for everyday items like groceries, gas, or small bills. If you need to split payments for basic needs, it's a sign your budget needs attention. Buy Now, Pay Later should never replace real financial planning. Finally, read the rules before you agree. Some Buy Now, Pay Later companies charge fees for early payments. Some charge for late payments. Some freeze your account. Knowing the rules helps you avoid surprises. When used with care, Buy Now, Pay Later can be a helpful tool. But when used without thinking, it can quietly pull you into debt. The power is in your hands. Use it wisely, and you stay in control. Use it carelessly, and the system takes control of you. Buy Now, Pay Later may look small and harmless, but now you've seen the truth hiding underneath. It's not just a button. It's a system built to guide you into spending more, paying longer, and sharing more of your life than you ever realized. It doesn't attack all at once. It works slowly, quietly, and gently until one day you feel the weight of it. But knowledge is power. Now you understand how the system works, how the tricks are used, and how to stay in control. You don't have to fear Buy Now, Pay Later. You just have to be smarter than the system. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who might need the warning. And tell me in the comments, have you ever used Buy Now, Pay Later? And what was your experience? Your story might help someone else stay out of trouble. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.